in the fourth quarter. He's been missing though. I don't know what he's been doing. Holmes played well. They got a decent contribution off the bench. But, the Kings, I don't really see them. I don't see them doing much. I don't see them doing much at all. They probably won't make the play-in game. Sorry to say if you're a Sacramento fan. The Bulls, I like Kobe White. I liked him in college. He's a good player, 36, 7 and 3. I mean, he's just a scorer. He's a bona fide scorer. He can get a bucket on anybody. So I liked him, but for me it was just a bad team on a bad team game. 128 to 124. Kings took that one. Let's go to the final game. Golden State versus the Clippers. Man, I wish Clay was here. I do. I miss Clay. I miss Clay a lot. Because Wiggins, I don't know what Wiggins be doing. Wiggins, what do you be doing? Please. Wiggins, please. What do you be doing? Just tell me. Somebody. He had 19 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. A -7. What do you be doing? Okay, let's just get into the game. Golden State came out first quarter. They couldn't buy a bucket. Steph had like 5 points in the first half. They were just awful. They couldn't buy a bucket. They couldn't. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. They couldn't do anything. The first quarter, the whole game looked sloppy. The first quarter was awful. Both teams were just sloppy. They didn't come out to play. They didn't look good at all. But second quarter, Clippers started hitting some shots. They started to take a little bit of a lead. But Golden State's bench, for me, I like it. I like it. They had 10, 17, 23, 28, 30, 8, 40. They have 47 on the bench. That'll get it done. Especially when, what are we supposed to do with Kelly Oubre? 8 points, 0 assists. What? 4 fouls, 2 turnovers. What are we doing, Golden State? But the good thing is, we were in the game. This is the takeaway for Golden State. We were in the game for pretty much the entire game until the end. With poor play from the starting 5. Let's just all around. There's no just one person. Well, there's maybe 2 people, but let's say for the whole starting 5 was bad. The only reason we were in this game was because of our bench. Eric Pascal is so damn. I like Eric Pascal. He's been like this last year. He's pretty much our only player last year, but I like him off the bench. He keeps us alive. He keeps us in games, and then they were only down 1.5. Curry didn't make any shots, and then for me the takeaways. Draymond is looking a little bit more like Draymond, like he used to, facilitating. Guys just weren't hitting shots last night. And then for the Clipper side, they looked pretty good. They were pretty consistent through 4 quarters. They didn't go away. They ended up making the shots that they needed to. Now they weren't in-game shots, and so we're gonna actually get. Let me get to that right now, because you can't. You can't. The Warriors are playing such good defense last night. Team defense. The second unit, the first unit, they were moving around. Communicating, switching good. They're playing how they're supposed to. We can't give late game fouls to the Clippers. They're gonna hit the shots. I think we gave 2 straight fouls, put them up 4, and then we go foul again, the game's over. I mean, what are we doing? We took the lead, the second unit, led by Pascal, got the lead for them in the fourth quarter. All we have to do is manage the clock, don't foul, play good defense like we were, and what do? Foul, foul, foul. Free throws, free throws, free throws. And the game's over. It was a bad ending to a good game, I thought. The Clippers, I think the Clippers are going to come out next game a little more alive because they realized how bad that the Golden State Warriors played, and they only won by 7. So the Clippers need to come out with more energy, but the Warriors need to come out and just hit shots. They had an off night. Curry probably used up a lot of his juice from that 60-point night, and it was a good game, but you gotta hit shots, and you gotta be smart down the stretch. For me, I'm not saying Kelly Oubre is a bad player, but he just does not fit in this system. He doesn't. Not at all. I don't see anywhere. Even if he's hitting shots, I just don't see him. He's a one-man show type of guy. He's never really been a passer like that. He looks lost out there. He looks like he looks like that was the 2 LA teams. They just fell off the board. So that might be a sign. The LA teams are not going to make it this year. They're not going to make it at all. Conference Finals, right now, Suns, Warriors, book it. Book it. Write it down. I'm gonna actually put that on. I'm gonna pinpoint it. I'm gonna pinpoint that. Suns and Warriors, Celtics, Nets, Warriors. Clay with a comeback in the finals. Warriors win. But no, for real though, Kelly doesn't fit. He needs to go. We need to trade him for a better wing. He doesn't look like he likes it there. He looks lost. He looks bad. He looks out of himself. He just needs to go. We need to get rid of him. What we need to do is take him, and then we need to take. I like Bazemore. I like Wanamaker. We need to take him. We need to take Andrew Wiggins, and then we need to take Poole, the little rookie. Take all 3 of them and a second-round pick and ship them all the way up to Washington, D.C. and go get us Bradley Beal. And it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The game is over. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? That's a wrap. But that's what I have today for the recaps. Some good basketball. Not bad. Some good games. What was it? The game of the day was definitely the Celtics. Celtics, Miami. Let's go to the board. Player of the day. Player of the day. I want to give it to him, but he lost. The Rockets are bad, so I don't really want to give it to him. He played a good game, but he played a decent game. You know what I'm going to do? Hey, hate if you want to. But the player of the day for me was Julius Randle. 31, 16, and 7 for an upcoming Knicks against the fourth seed in the West. He just takes over games, and I love his game. I love his heart, his work ethic. That was a good game for a Knicks team that I didn't think would win that game. I thought they'd get blown out. But because of him, the Knicks are looking pretty decent. So, play every day. Julius Randle, player of the week. We'll get to that on Friday. MVP. I'm gonna have to make a little adjustment. This just in. MVP race is changing. Because I have something to say. Now I'm going to tell you why I say this after I write it down. I'm sorry, Steph, buddy. You're no longer leading the MVP race. Now let me explain why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Let's make sure you can get this, okay? Make sure you're paying attention. Number 1. Joel Embiid is back on top. 7-0 in the games he started. His team is 7-1, number 1 in the East. He just had a 38, 8-5 game, 3 steals. He just won a game where the guy on the other team went for 60, shooting 70% from the 3. He's playing MVP basketball right now. He's number 1. Number 2. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this is the truth. This is the guy you haven't seen up here yet. Chris Paul.